Okay, so I had made an assignment for you to import shipping container models and then combine them together to make a house. And in class I attempted to cut a hole into one of the walls of the container, and that didn't work out. So I'm going to show you how that's supposed to work if I did it right. First, we're going to use a particular function that you find in SketchUp, which is intersect with model, or intersect faces. So first I'm going to make this box here. I'm going to select everything in the box. Oops, let me try that again. Select all connected, and I'm going to make it into a group. So this box is a single group. Now I'm going to make a cylinder. That big. And I want to select everything in this cylinder. Let me try that again. I'm going to move the cylinder object into the box like this, so it intersects it. Now, because this is a group, it doesn't automatically combine itself with the faces and edges of the cylinder. And so what I would like would be for it to merge in between the two of them to create a line here that I can cut out. This is called an intersection. And so the way that's done is I would go to Edit Group, and so now my group consists of these faces and these edges here. I'm going to select everything that's in the group now, all connected, and I'll right click on that, go to Intersect Faces, and I can intersect with the model, or I can intersect with context, or with selection. I've not selected any other objects here. I'm going to tell it to intersect with model. That is, intersect with anything else that is occupying the same space. And you'll notice now there's this line here that exists. So if I were to close the box object, the box group, there we go, then you can see these edges show up. And if I were to do things like delete this circle and this circle, then you can see that my box now has these lines here showing where the cylinder intersected with it. Let's get rid of those. So we'll edit the group again, and I'm going to delete this edge here, which will also delete the two faces. Which now has removed this this intersecting portion. So we're going to do a similar kind of thing with the shipping container. It will be something like this. I will actually intersect the shipping container with a box that I make. That will be the opening. I will edit the container group, tell it to intersect, remove all these things, remove that face, remove all that, and it will leave me with this hole here, which is the place where the box that I created intersected with my group. So let's see how that's done. First I need to go to the 3D warehouse and get a model. It's going to be shipping container ISO. This one here, 40-foot 3D ISO shipping container by Luis. Download directly into my model, and there it is. Oh, and Susan's inside it. Now, what I would like is, I would like to create an opening here of a certain size. Let's say an opening that's 8 feet tall and 10 feet across. So first I will make a rectangle, and I know that at least one of the dimensions is going to be 10 feet. So I'm going to make this 1 foot by 10 foot rectangle. And now I'm going to use my push-pull tool, and I'm going to bring it up 8 feet. So that's the size of the intersection, the cutout that I wish to make. Now I need to place this cutout against here. I'll do that by first selecting everything, selecting all connected in this box, and I'm going to place this up against the shipping container. I would like it to be level with the floor. So we'll use the move tool and we'll push it up against there. That's a good place. And if I zoom in, you can see that this edge here is the top of the floor. So that's why I have these up against one another. Let's see, like that. This box has to push into the shipping container, just like I did with the other boxes. So I can actually tell it to select all connected and use my move tool. I'll be moving along the red axis a little ways like that, and that creates my intersection. To actually cut out the intersection, I need to go and edit the component, because an imported model becomes a component. And then this wall here is a group. I need to edit this group. So now this group is made up of individual surfaces and edges. I'm going to select all of those, right click, intersect faces with model, and now I have my intersection. Let's see what that intersection looks like. So I'm going to close this model. I'll cut out this part here, and then go back. Oh wait. Cut out that part there. Let's cut this face here. Edit the component, edit the group, and now what I can do is I can actually highlight these things, these wall panels, and delete them. And as you can see, it deletes the wall panels up to the point where they were intersecting with my rectangular box that I was using to create the opening. And it doesn't delete them up at the top here. I'm deleting these edges here so that I can cut away the panel. There we go. And so now I have a shipping container that has this hole in it. This hole actually has nothing to do, by the way, with the intersecting box. If I wanted to, I can delete the box, or I can move my container away like that. It doesn't matter. I still have this opening that I've created inside the shipping container. If I wanted to, I could keep this little frame here. It is kind of convenient to have. What I can do is actually go here, select rather, what I can do is make this into, say, a double-walled piece of something. I can pull out, say, a 1/4 inch, pull this out. Oh, that's not working. I need to hit the control key to create a new face and then pull it out like that. 0.25 inches. In order to give this opening a thickness here. Okay. Same here. 0.25 inches. Over here, 0.25 inches. So I have this 1/4 inch opening all around. And on the floor, probably I should do the same thing. At least for now. Like that. Now I will select all connected. I'm going to make this into a group. Sorry. Make group. So this group is going to be the bridge between the two containers. I'll move this outwards this way along its red axis only, like until it's even with that edge. There. So if I wanted to, I could put another shipping container here. Let's do that. I'm going to go to File. I'll go to the 3D Warehouse, get models. I'm going to get another one. I'll get a 20-foot container. And load it directly. Here it is. You know, if I wanted to, I didn't have to do that. I could. Since I've downloaded this and it becomes a component, I could go to my components window and there it is. 3D 20-foot and 40-foot containers, and I could just grab one and put it in there. One thing you'll notice though is that this container has, as you can see, an 8-foot by 10-foot cutout already. The reason being is that I had edited this component. When you edit a component, all other instances of that component have the same characteristics, and so it will still have that hole in it. If I felt like it, I could take this component here, I can rotate it 180 degrees. And actually, there we go. Join that up with there, like that. There. So now I have actually these two containers adjacent to one another. They're separated by this 1-foot little bit here, but they have this opening built into them. Between there. Wow. And the other side, man, that's hard to see. There it is. And so, there. So I have right now, you know, these two containers, and they're joined together with a little bridge. The containers themselves are the primary part of the of the house, but I'm okay with this little construction here between them. That's all right. What if I wanted to add another container to this? I would have to do the same thing. You know, put a bridge between the two of them. Let's try that. I'm going to go here and click on just the bridge group. I'm going to copy it. Oh no, what I want to do is I want to move it, rather. I'm going to move it over this direction in a copy. So I'll use my move tool, I'll move it in this direction, which I think is the red axis, yes. Hit Control, so I'm making a copy of it, and I have this one out here. Eight feet. I'll type in 8 feet. So there it is. And if I want to, I have to intersect it. So again, I want to edit the component and so on. The trouble is that this 40-foot section is a component. If I make a change to it, a similar change will occur on the corresponding place on this one. So I want this component to be not attached to that one. The way to do it is to make it unique. So now this is a unique component. If I go to my components window, I have two different instances of the 40-foot container. One of them is labeled number 1. So changes I make to this won't be reflected on this. Yeah, that's confusing, right? Edit the group. Select all connected. Intersect faces with the model. Somewhere around here, we're going to delete all these little pieces that belong to it. There we go. So I now have a new cutout. It goes all the way through, but not to the other side. Now if I want to, I can move this outwards a little ways so it will run into this. Let's see, we'll move this up against here like that. So it does intersect. I'll edit this component. I'm going to edit the group. Select everything in it. Right click, intersect with model. Cut out the pieces that I want to get rid of. I like that. This is too hard to do. It's too hard to see what's going on. So I'm going to put I think I'll put a section plane here, which I'll move down so that I can see what I'm doing. There. Edit component. Edit the group. I want to get rid of all this stuff. Close group, close component. Alright. So now, if I look at it from the very top, then as you can see I have here 2 40-foot shipping containers, 1 20-foot shipping container. They're all in a row. They're connected with this 10-foot wide section that's been taken out of them to give me at least one wide space. If I wanted this section to be bigger, I could cut it out larger. And so this would be my my floor plan, or the beginnings of my floor plan. And so that's how we're going to cut bridges in between containers like that. And you can do that for containers that are laid side by side like this, that are set close adjacent to one another, or set with a little bit of a gap. As long as that gap isn't huge, I'm okay with it. It can even be longer than 1 foot. It can be wide enough to put a person through. I don't care. Much wider than that, I'd rather you used a container and intersected that way. You can put containers on top of each other and have room for a staircase or something. That would be okay with me. You go ahead and make your changes however you like.